Who is Genghis Khan? The video we are sharing is giving you the top 10 quotes of one of the greatest rulers, Genghis Khan. But first, let's discover who Genghis Khan really was. Genghis Khan is known as Chinggis Khan. He was born in 1162 near Lake Baikal, Mongolia, and died on August 18, 1227. He was a Mongolian warrior ruler and one of the most famous conquerors of history who consolidated tribes into unified Mongolia and then extended his empire across Asia to Adriatic Sea. He is also the founder and first Khan of the Mongol Empire. He was best known for unifying the Mongolian steppe under a massive empire that was able to challenge the powerful Jin dynasty in China and capture territory as far west as the Caspian Sea. Genghis Khan was a warrior and ruler of genius who, starting from obscure and insignificant beginnings, brought all the nomadic tribes of Mongolia under the rule of himself and his family in a rigidly disciplined military state. These are the great 10 best quotes of Genghis Khan. Number 1. The greatest happiness is to scatter your enemy and drive him before you, to see his cities reduced to ashes, to see those who love him shrouded and in tears, and to gather to your bosom his wives and daughters. This exemplifies the ruthlessness of Genghis's vision for conquering his enemies. Remember, your objective is to put your vision in front of you and then have complete discipline on making sure you achieve the goals set out before you. For example, you run a small coffee shop. A big chain down the street is taking all your customers. You use a mix of clever marketing, superior customer service, and local partnerships to build a loyal customer base. Resolve this problem by offering a loyalty program and personalization services, or collaborate with local bakeries for fresh goods. Use social media to highlight your story and values. Lastly, provide free Wi-Fi and cozy ambiance for students and workers. Be relentless in achieving your goals and make sure you box of every angle to attack and win. Remember, the most successful people of this world are the ones who have a creative vision and can execute it fully to the end without giving up. Number 2, if you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you. The phrase implies that Genghis Khan's actions were ordained by God to punish those who had angered him through their sins. This quote clearly shows that he was a man of God and that he believed in the divine plan set out before him, and whether he was set out to do good or bad things, the plan for him was already ordained. And like you, your destiny and our plans have already been set in this play we call life, and you have to go through it no matter what. Whether you perceive it to be a good day or a bad day, you need to realize that all this is just an experience, an illusion, and we must play our part ordained by the mighty God. As everyone is interacting with each other through past karmic debts from previous births. For example, you ignore your health for years, bad diet, no exercise, no sleep, or you neglect your health by drinking and smoking. Eventually, you develop a serious condition. It punishes and forces you to slow down, reevaluate, and rebuild your lifestyle. You must take responsibility, get medical help or therapy, and build a sustainable routine with better habits. You transform your life. The punishment was harsh, but it woke you up. Number 3, not even a mighty warrior can break a frail arrow when it is multiplied and supported by its fellows. As long as you brothers support one another and render assistance to one another, your enemies can never gain victory over you. But if you fall away from each other, your enemy can break you like frail arrows one at a time. You always need to make sure you build a good team around your vision and attack in the same direction. If everyone hits the brick wall in the same place, it will soon break and you will gain victory. You're going through a rough patch in life. Money is tight, work is overwhelming, mental health is shaky, you're doing everything alone, and you're close to breaking. Keep telling yourself that you should be able to handle this. You don't want to bother anyone, but deep down, you're exhausted, stressed, burned out. Try to speak up, even a single text like, "Hey, I'm not doing so great lately," and accept help from others. Being independent is great until it becomes isolation. Strength isn't just about standing tall alone. Always remember, real strength is knowing when to learn, link, and lift each other. Number 4, if you're afraid, don't do it. If you're doing it, don't be afraid. If you feel something doesn't seem right, then don't do it. Discipline your mind to carry out actions that will strengthen you. Always encourage yourself to overcome your fear by making good choices. If you're too afraid to do something, it's okay to avoid it. But if you've already decided to do it, then don't let fear hold you back. Face it with confidence. For example, in a department, team members might hesitate to voice concerns or uncertainties, fearing it reflects weakness. To address this issue, consider implementing or knowing the value of acknowledgement and appreciation. When team members share their concerns by giving positive reinforcement, can encourage continued open communication with each other. You've been thinking about launching a side hustle or quitting your job to start your own thing. You're scared of what if it fails? What if people judge you? And what if you're not ready? So you stay stuck in limbo, starting, stopping, overthinking, researching too much, taking zero action. You're afraid and doing it halfway, and that is the worst combo. If you're afraid, then don't do it yet. Doesn't mean never. It means prepare smarter. Prepare enough to move with confidence, not paralyzed fear. Always remember, once you've committed to something, fully embrace it. Doubt and fear at that point can hinder your performance or cause failure. You should proceed with confidence, courage, and resolve. Number 5, the strength of a wall is neither greater nor less than the courage of the men who defend it. It speaks volumes about the importance of human will and bravery over mere physical structures. It reflects the idea that no matter how fortified a wall may be, it's the resolve and valor of those behind it that truly determines its strength. Imagine you are someone facing some personal challenges, such as recovering from illness or coping with the loss of a loved one. You have access to medical care, a support group, or therapy that serves as your walls that provide support. However, without your own courage and determination to engage with these resources and confront your situation, recovery and healing may be hindered. Or for example, in your personal life, your wall is your goals. Your mental health is only as strong as your courage to say no, discipline to maintain it, and people who support you. You have the best plans in the world, but without courage, they collapse at the first hit. Always remember, you don't need better walls. You need braver defenders who go for companies, friendship, families, and even your own sense of self. You determine your victories, and the strength for your wins will come from your courage. Number 6, remember, you have no companions but your shadow. While you may seek external companionship, ultimately, you are left with your own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, both positive and negative, which are like a shadow that follows you. Remember, you were born alone and will die alone. And this journey of life is a journey you must take alone and strengthen yourself through life experiences. No one will help you but yourself. You must go through your experiences to learn to fall, fail, and move upwards. Don't move backwards by repeating your mistakes. To advance in this life, you must experience, learn, and move forward, not to repeat mistakes made in the past. For instance, you've decided to start your own business. You're passionate, driven, and have a solid idea. However, once the excitement fades, the reality of running a business hits you. Loneliness. You don't have a team yet. You're doing everything: marketing, sales, customer support, accounting, etc. Your friend and family don't quite understand what you're doing. They don't share your vision because some even doubt you. You feel pressure. There's no one to fall back on if things go wrong. If you fail, it's all on you. Don't listen to these thoughts and discipline the mind to drive forward and achieve your goals you originally set out to do. Number 7, an action committed in anger is an action doomed to failure. You should not act out of anger, which will likely lead to a negative outcome or result in failure. Anger clouds your judgment and can lead to impulsive, poorly considered decisions that ultimately have undesirable consequences. How often do you get angry and then later reflect that you should not have behaved in that way? Remember, anger is a sign of weakness. When you get angry, you show your cards, and that's a bad sign. The other person wins because they know they are upset. Don't give anyone the power over your emotions. For example, you are quarreling with your friend because you had a misunderstanding. To manage your anger, you need to take a deep breath to relax your muscles or step away from the situation. Or you and your partner are discussing something that's been bothering you for weeks. The conversation starts off calmly, but then one of you says something that touches a nerve. Anger flares quickly. In moments of anger, take a pause. Walk away for a few minutes to cool off, or even take deep breaths. Letting your emotions settle allows you to respond more thoughtfully. While you're cooling down, remember that your partner's perspective matters too. Make sure you're listening to understand, not just to react. This makes it easier to solve the issue together instead of letting anger drive the conversation. You must always remember to address issues calmly and constructively, focusing on solutions rather than assigning blame. When we are angry, our decision-making processes may be significantly impacted. Decisions or actions made while you're angry are often irrational, reckless, and likely to lead to bad outcomes. React in rage, regret, and silence. Number 8. It is not sufficient that I succeed. All others must fail. It expresses a mindset of absolute domination, where personal success is not truly satisfying unless it comes at the expense of others' failure. It is not just about winning, it's about ensuring that no one else wins. For example, you are in a classroom setting. There is one student who consistently achieves high grades, but he feels threatened when peers perform well and start withholding study resources and spreading misinformation to maintain his top position. Instead of doing this kind of action, try to encourage group studies and knowledge sharing to build a supportive academic community. You own a trendy coffee shop in a busy neighborhood. Another new cafe opens across the street, modern vibe, good coffee, strong social media game, and you feel threatened. Instead of focusing on your brand and improving your customer experience, you start humors about competitors' cleanliness or sourcing and underpriced your drinks aggressively just to undercut them. Why don't you focus on your own uniqueness? Like what makes your coffee shop special? Better music, cozy workplace, special blends. Highlight your value. Don't tear others down. The strongest brands are built on vision, value, and consistency, not sabotage. Number 9, a leader can never be happy until his people are happy. Happy people are the key to a successful leader. They must make sure that their team is happy, as this will lead to a more productive workforce. A good leader will always put the well-being of his or her people first, no matter what. This is a selfless and servant nature of true leadership. It means that a leader's true fulfillment and satisfaction don't come from power, status, or personal achievements, but from seeing their people thrive, they feel secure, and be genuinely content. You're the owner of a growing construction business. You started with just 2 workers, and now you manage a team of 20. Projects are lining up, profits are coming in, and from the outside, you're successful. But your crew is showing signs of over-fatigue, high turnover, people are showing up late. You realize your team is not happy, and that makes you feel like you're failing, because the success isn't sustainable, and it doesn't feel good. So as a result, you start listening to your crew, having regular check-ins to ask about working conditions, hours, and what they need. Be transparent when times are hard. People respect honesty more than fake positivity. If you're real with them, they'll be real with you. The joy of leadership comes from the joy of the people. Number 10, conquering the world on horseback is easy. It is dismounting and governing that is hard. The quote is often used to illustrate the point that it is easy to conquer a world on horseback, but hard to keep it under control once you have done so. It is true that riding into battle and conquering new territory is something that can be achieved with relative ease by a mounted warrior, a powerful insight into the difference between gaining power and managing it wisely. For example, you're a passionate entrepreneur. You started a tech company from scratch. You hustled hard, pitched to investors, built your product, and hired your first team. Within 2 years, you're scaling fast. Revenue is up, users are growing, and you've just raised Series A funding. But now comes the hard part. You have 30 employees and they need structure, team members are unclear on responsibilities, and morale is dropping. To solve this, you must learn to delegate. You can't do everything anymore, and you shouldn't. Empower others. Build trust. Put the right people in charge of operations, marketing, tech, etc., so you can focus on vision and culture. Remember, getting on a new business or project is easy, but maintaining it is even harder. Invest wisely on a structure that will grow the venture. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next one.